Greetings, loyal minions, beautiful humans. Welcome to the SciShow, the #1 ranked YouTube channel for people who enjoy hiding under my bed. If that's you, I appreciate you. You may be able to hear, but I have absolute crazy thunderstorms happening at the moment. To the point where even my psycho cat, who is trying to take over the world, has just ran and hid under my bed. So I do apologise if it's too noisy. Due to that, I will probably put some music. I'll do another song description for one of my songs and put some music over the top of these. I'll do a couple of hits maybe with commentary. Big shout out to Heathens of Asgard for having me as a guest for this war, and an extra huge shout out to Fearless Banana. Love your work. Proudly wearing the crow pin. But yeah, it gave me the invite to come along. Very chilled alliance. Not what I would say a sort of fully active alliance, but there's a big chunk of great people here keeping the alliance ticking along and running it smoothly. We are looking pretty good here in war. We've got a bit of a flag advantage. So I'll start doing some hits and see how we go. Let me know what you'd like to see when I'm visiting different alliances. Do you like seeing me use my strongest teams? This alliance is, a little bit lower ranked than I would normally be used to. So do you want me to try and take lower teams? Do you want to just see me smash through them? Let me know. I'm kind of open to anything, as you know. But yeah, I'll do a couple of hits and then I'll throw some music over. So enjoy. All right, definitely taking a different team than I would normally take here. You can see my team power is a little bit less than the enemy. They do have all yellow tanks, so that's the strategy they're going for. They've got a lot of purple flanks as well. They've gone for a bit of insanity here, which can be unpredictable. They've got some greed. What I would say is a passive tank, meaning I can dump tiles into it. My aim here is to get Grimsteel with the growth. I'll end up being so strong they're not really going to hurt me too much. I've got Armin just because he's cool. Mana control with our freak. A bit of resistance to insanity. Just probably not the best hero to take in Rush War because of the charge mechanism, but that's fine. We will see how we go. There's actually not a lot here on the board. Again, just another big shout out to Heathens of Asgard. Really chilled alliance, very friendly, some very active members, and yeah, great place to check out if you're just floating through alliances and looking for somewhere to see if it suits your needs. What are we going to do here? I really don't have any other move apart from the one that's flashing there, but do we want to take vertical? I think we'll go this way. At least we got a little bit of a refresh there so I can get some different things happening. I'm going to get my growth up. I'm not going to take it just yet because there's not a lot of else on the board. Actually, no, I might take it before. It's my only heal, so I don't really want to waste it too early, but Anubis with the greed is going to be annoying. I don't want to wait until that goes off. I actually didn't bring a cleanser, which was a little bit stupid, or a blocker to any degree, although you can see our freak blocks straight up. We'll take that hit. Try and get my purples charged up. They're going to be the main sort of damage dealers and nuisance throughout. We can take and get the Mega Minion there. I could get the couple of red matches for my red, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of point because Vivek is going to heal away. So I'm just going to dump some tiles, try to get my purples because my purples are what's really going to sort of put the battle in my favour, so to speak. So again, Rush War, I feel, is still the war that, as weird as it sounds, has the most strategy involved because you can get your own heroes charged very quickly. So it's a matter of taking your heroes and understanding what you're trying to do with them. In this case, our freak will give great mana control over the enemy, more to which will give me a huge hit to end things off. So that's sort of what I'm looking at. Even though the board wasn't fantastic, I've got my purples. I will get some mana control out there. And as normal these days, half of them resist, which is fine, but that's okay. Anubis didn't, so we can send some red tiles in. I think I will take the kill over on Dolores because one of the few damage dealers, just in rush, if her skill starts activating over and over again, the insanity is going to sort of wear away at me, so we'll take the kill there. Send some more tiles into Anubis, who's got the mindless attack up. I mean, you can see now I'm almost charged again, so we can just repeat that process. I wasn't too worried about Hunter. He needs to kill someone to give me insanity. So chances are, you know, he's not going to hit a good target to get a kill and that type of thing. So not too much to worry about. And now we've got some decent mindless up. So we'll take the hit over there. And cruising along. Really hoping my internet doesn't die with the storms that I'm having, but we'll cross the fingers and see how we go. Probably the strongest team on the board here. They've got lots of toon/glass, so there's no point taking a lot of ailments. Just going for a bit of a fun team. I do like these wars where there's not quite as much pressure on. It is a bit more fun and I can sort of experiment a little bit. I've got some revive and a lot of healing. They do have very big hitters. Again, a slightly passive tank. Fantastic tank Cleopatra. Also gives the immunity to ailments and boost health. So you don't want to take too many ailments. I've taken Insanity, a couple of Insanity heroes as they don't resist the Insanity. And now it's just a matter of seeing what I can get. Freya Waru is really important because they're such a big hitting team. If things go awry, even without green tiles, she ends up charging reasonably quickly because of the... she gets buffs. She gets mana from buffs. Sorry, I was thinking about moves there. I'm going to take my reds because I've got 2 matches, so I'll just get those up and running. It gives me a little bit of a heal if I need it. You can see now I've also got my purples ready, so I can take some purple matches and see what we can do. You can see there, Freya, we're already up for a heal if I need. Chitranganda is great because she's got that growth that just keeps growing, so it makes her stronger and stronger. Reason for her is just in case I need to revive. If things went bad and she's not the one that's being targeted, then I can get a revive. I think we'll just take the boost, get my purples up and go from there. A lot of them can't have, or they can resist getting debuffed and stuff, but we've got what we needed. We'll take the hit down the... They're all almost charged, so we'll take the hit down the middle. We'll get them quite insane, so we should have a very, very good chance. So they're, 85%? That's pretty good. Now I'll take the... I'm not going to take the heal just yet. I don't mind if... actually, no, I will take the hit, the heal. I'll get some blue tiles just to try and get another healer close to being charged. Got the heal from the Insanity. That's great. And now they're just going to... This is where having a couple of Insanity heroes that are the same color can just really make a huge difference. Rather than hitting once and getting like a 40% Insanity, getting it up to that 85 means there's such a big chance that it's going to be activated and help you out. So... everything has worked beautifully in this. Probably couldn't have a better example of how to pick certain heroes against the enemy and then use the board. The board wasn't great, but again, in Rush, this is where I like taking a few different colors in Rush. It can be great to take a mono team or something similar and sort of know that as soon as you get two matches, it's pretty much game over because you can do what you need. But I also do enjoy taking multiple colours to give yourself options of different ways of doing things. Now, here, 20 and 25%, just for a bit of fun. I will risk it. It's always a little bit tense when you decide to risk an Insanity Hero, just in case it backfires. You never know what's going to happen. But there we go. We've got some hits. We've got another hero charged, and we've got the win. I think I'll throw some music up over the next one, so enjoy that. As always, consider subscribing if you enjoy what I'm doing. And we'll see how we go in the next hit. All right, next song. We're actually getting close to the end of the album. For anyone who hasn't checked it out, I do create music. I write lyrics, painstakingly create songs with AI software to sound the way I like. But to me, the lyrics are the main part. It's a great way to bring them to life. Our album is called Ritual Scars Disguised as Music. Go check it out on all the streaming platforms. Second last song, Borderline. This was a kind of a fun one to write, actually. To me, it's about sort of confusion, doubt, but also understanding when you shouldn't doubt or have that confusion. So it's a fun topic, being borderline, obviously. The start of it is just a little intro with some themes there that, to be honest, I just thought sounded cool. And I like to get people thinking. So that's sort of what the introduction is designed for. We get into a little bit of, again, just themes. My soul can only cheat so much before it breaks to pay what's due. There's a lot of themes in my songs that are similar. This is just about, sometimes we do things when we know they're not quite right. It might be really small, and it's just that constant struggle between what's right and what's easy, and giving an emotional response rather than, and that can hurt people sometimes, even though we don't want to hurt that person. So, to me, it's just about understanding how much we can do that, trying not to. It's very easy sometimes. We know it's not the right thing. So just to try and be a bit more considerate in every situation. I could ramble on about my lyrics for ages. So, feel free to tell me to shut up anytime. Although I can't hear you right now, so that's not going to matter. The chorus, in my mind, I'm borderline. I tease your flame like a warning sign. So, me, that's just about doing things to push people's buttons. Like, again, we know that it's going to get a certain reaction, and we do it even though it's not the nicest or best thing to do. And that goes for both people, because then the flip side of that chorus is, you hold me close, then draw the line. And I deliberately did the chorus with, in my mind, I'm borderline, but ending it with, you're borderline. Now, again, that could be you and someone else, or it could be you and yourself. Some of those internal struggles we have. So it's both people thinking that you've acted well in the moment, but then afterwards you just doubt it. It's like, you might have an argument and it's like, I did everything right. It was all the person's fault. All I did was try to be honest. They didn't take it the right way, blah, blah, blah. But then I feel sometimes we then sit down and assess it later and think, well, did I really? Was that really the best way to handle it? Was I the problem? Did I actually cause some of that? And the truth is, obviously, that it's generally always, I've always said, if there's two people involved, then it's never one person's fault. And I don't like assigning blame. It's not a blame. It's not who was right or wrong. It's how do you get past it? That's, again, my take on those sort of things. When there's two people involved, both people have participated in whatever the issue is or whatever's happened. Again, regardless of whether that's yourself or with someone else. And I think it's really just, don't worry about who's wrong or who's right. Don't have to assign blame. Oh, that was mostly my fault. I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. Just move on and try to fix it. Now, the last chorus, I really love playing with this. I kind of had in my mind, I just wanted it to sound far more calculated and cold and calm. So this is sort of after the assessment's been made. You've accepted your role. But also sometimes I think it's really good as a human to understand if we have acted in the best way we could, and to understand that then the way other people react is up to them. So it's something I always try to do. I'm always trying to be a better person. And sometimes that actually means not participating in the crap. So I just continually assess things. You're always going to end up in situations that may hurt someone or may end up in a not perfect scenario. The way I assess that is, have I acted with respect? So I've been honest, but I've been respectful. If I have, then I really, and this may sound cold in a way, but I really don't care how the other person reacts. That's on them. And that is also the flip side to me. If someone has treated me with respect and been honest, just because I don't agree with it or I feel hurt in that moment, it's up to me how I react to that. So just remember, this is always works in the flip side. But I think a huge thing is understanding if you have acted that way, then stop worrying so much about how other people are reacting to it. That's part of being life. And, I'm not saying to be cold and heartless, but if they're really just continually reacting in a way, and again, this can go for yourself, and even if it's an internal struggle you're having with yourself, I think it's an extremely important thing to remember. Anyway, I think I've rambled more than enough about that song. Here it is, Borderline. I hope you enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to the next song that I do a commentary for, which is Masquerade, as it's my favourite song and probably a good analogy of my life. So enjoy. Also, just a great chance to take the time to thank anyone out there who's watching that had any input or any discussion with me around my music as I was creating the album. I did lean on a few people. I won't mention any names. One person in particular was always there to bounce ideas off, let me ramble for hours about what things were meaning, provide certain images back to me as to what they could see during my songs and that type of thing. So just extremely grateful for anyone who's helped me, and if that's you, you know who you are, but thank you so much.
A wish is built upon dreams, dreams born from the bones of those who hoped. Hope, our eternal brightness, so they say, but isn't that just a prettier name for denial? I bled a wish into the stars, but even they were feeling lost. A selfish wish born from a dream. Now the dream must bleed its cost. My soul can only cheat so much before it breaks to pay what's due. A twisted gift born from the sun gives my world another you. In my mind, I'm borderline. I tease your flame like a warning sign. You hold me close, then draw the line. Now out of my mind, you're borderline. My wish now wears a fractured mask, like the stars that fade to gray. For now the night is all we wear, a true reflection of our pain. We burn these flames down to the bone to expose our fading hope. The eyes betray what truth denies, whilst our masks just laugh and choke. In my mind, I'm borderline. I'll tap your cracks to feel alive. You shove me back, say let's rewind. Now out of my mind, you're borderline. You got your wish and laid your claim. I wore your mask and took the blame, but now I see it frame by frame. You're not the mirror, you're the game. In my mind, I'm borderline. I've carved you out with jagged lines. You dream in lies to claim you're mine. Now out of my mind, you're the echo of my twisted rhyme. We dream, we wish, we bleed, we break, and still we hope. Because calling it denial hurts too much. Hope, our eternal brightness, or maybe just a prettier name for goodbye.
I almost forgot, but I remembered. I think it was Kaifa and a couple of others mentioned me talking through my defense. So just quickly, Bernadette, Rush War, Gurik with a nerf. Bernadette doesn't have a lot of counters, basically just Lord Loki, the Toons / Glass and some dancers. So it makes a great tank still in Rush War. There's a couple in the Alliance, so I think near the end of the war especially, it's going to be a real struggle. Lee Q with a taunt to take any damage away from Bernadette. Freya Waru just is fantastic. She builds up that hill really quickly by getting mana from the enemy buffs. Vard, huge hitter. Mana down, has a bit of protection against minions and that type of thing. And the Astral Dwarves have good passives. And Astrid really just for not only the revive, but also Bard family bonus to give mana a little bit quicker. And also the passive that stops dancers. So as Bernadette can be countered by some of the dancers, having Astrid there means it's got to be timed perfectly. So that's my defense. And thanks for watching.